I want to congratulate Dorsey and Whitney for receiving the Death Penalty Project's Exceptional Service Award. The law firm is highly deserving of this award, with Dorsey and Whitney's representation of death row prisoners going back more than 3 decades. This is actually the second time that Dorsey and Whitney has received this award, which I think shows their extraordinary commitment to doing pro bono work in capital cases.
I met Steve Wells and the Dorsey team in 2008, and that should give you some sense of the breadth of their commitment in this case. Dorsey came on to represent Bruce Webster, a federal death row prisoner convicted and sentenced out of Texas. When they came on, all of Bruce's appeals were over, essentially, and they agreed to do a clemency on his behalf. That's where they started. And the first thing that the Dorsey team did was exemplified their incredible work, and that is that they didn't leave the case where they found it, but they went and reinvestigated. And what they found was gold and changed this case forever.
It takes hardworking lawyers, paralegals, and staff members to do the investigation, to do the work, and to show, for example, that a death row client is in fact ineligible for the death penalty because of that inmate's intellectual disabilities.
They went and found documents which show that prior to this crime, 3 government doctors from the Social Security Administration had found Bruce to be intellectually disabled. These documents had never been seen by any judge or any jury. So the next thing that showed what a good team this was is that they were willing to collaborate. And they came to us and talked about what could we do? And we worked with them about what could you do besides clemency with this wonderful information that you had. And so Steve and Kirsten Schubert and Kay Johnson and the rest of the team, they switched strategies on a dime, and they instead followed and pursued a legal strategy, not just clemency.
The work that we've done on Bruce Webster's death penalty case is one of the things of which I'm most proud. And this award means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the rest of our team.
Bruce Webster is my longest client, and his case is the most rewarding of my career. I was a new associate at Dorsey when we took Bruce's case in 2008. We were retained for a relatively short-term project, submit a clemency petition. If we knew one thing that first day, it was that Bruce is intellectually disabled and executing him would be a clear violation of the Constitution. We had no way of knowing that 12 years later, we would still be fighting.
If it wasn't for the efforts of Dorsey kind of continuing to pound this and push this along for 10 years, I mean, who knows what could have happened to him being an inmate on death row.
And what they have done is groundbreaking work. They litigated in Indiana, they litigated in Texas, they litigated at the Supreme Court, which culminated last month in a terrific argument by Steve at the 7th Circuit.
It was only through the commitment and determined efforts of Dorsey and Whitney that after years of litigation in federal district and appellate courts, and after uncovering new evidence, that Dorsey's client was declared to be intellectually disabled and therefore ineligible for the death penalty.
I will forever cherish the moment that we told Bruce that his death sentence had been vacated. The hope that Bruce maintained, even after years of losses, is a big part of what inspired me to keep going. And I'm so proud that we did keep going and that we managed to carve a new path for post-conviction relief through a case that has literally spanned my entire career.
I think it's important that lawyers continue to do the work of this kind. I mean, because it's, you know, for at least for us folks in big law, we don't have as many opportunities to change the course of someone's life the way we sort of did with Mr. Webster. But also because there are so many people in the world, in our country, in our states, in our counties, in our cities that continue to sort of slip through the cracks and just don't have access to the legal system. And I'm, working for a firm and with a team of incredible people, we do have access to the judicial system. We do have the knowledge to navigate it. We do have the resources to navigate it for as long and as hard as we need to navigate it. So I think that's why it's important. I mean, we can't let opportunities like this slip by us, and we can't just not do this sort of work if we are presented with the opportunity.
I don't think that I can talk about Bruce's case, though, without acknowledging that the federal government has executed 5 men in the past several weeks and has scheduled more executions in the weeks to come. I can talk about creativity and perseverance, but as we've watched our colleagues in this work fight until the literal last minute to try to stop the executions of their clients, we know that's not enough to succeed in this system. I can talk about maintaining hope in the face of insurmountable odds, but we're working within a system in which stays are lifted in the middle of the night and executions are completed by morning. What I find so inspiring about this work is the community of lawyers that knows this and still maintains hope and keeps finding new ways to fight for our clients, even when the chances of success are infinitesimal. Because we know that our clients deserve to have someone fight for them, and because we believe that a more just system is possible. I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity over the past 11 years to be a part of that, and I look forward to carrying on that work in the years to come.
Sister Helen Prejean said, "People are more than the worst thing they've done in their lives." I've learned the truth of that simple statement in representing death row defendants for 20 years. What sticks with me most about this work are not the intellectual challenges or the courtroom dramas, of which there have been many, but the humanity of our clients. And as I look back over the years, I'm awed by the dedication and skill and unflinching tenacity of the many Dorsey lawyers, past and present, who've been so essential to the winning work we've done for our death row clients. On behalf of Dorsey Whitney, thank you for this award.
And now we have a special guest.
I want to congratulate Dorsey, a place I loved and worked at for many years, and Steve Wells. And I think what's so amazing about the work you've done and the reason you're getting this award is you didn't just do one case. You've been doing this before it was cool and taking on the really difficult cases and made a difference in so many people's lives. So thanks and congratulations. How was that?
Very good.
Okay.